Dr. Cheryl Action Jackson, and I am back. You have wrote to me on Facebook, you have sent me emails, you've texted me, and we heard you. It's been a long road coming back to television, but now that we're back, we're going to bring you the biggest and the brightest and the best of everything that's happening in our Metroplex. I can't tell you how excited I am. And my entire team today, we are going to be here. We are in studio, and I've got some special guests. I have Cynthia Smoot. She is the woman around town. She's going to help us discover Dallas. And I have a really, really special surprise. I don't even want to share her name with you. How about I just bring her up? This is the Cheryl Action Jackson Show. We're back because you wanted it. Stick around.
Local TV stations have started running public service announcements that tell people where to find food banks, even as the food banks don't have enough to meet the demand. As we speak, similar scenes are playing out in cities and towns across America.
This is Dr. Cheryl Jackson, and you may or may not know her right now, but I promise you by the end of 2016, you will be speaking her name. I am proud to sit here and introduce to some the wonderful Miss Tricia Woodgett. She is the founder of Film Cloud, and she's here today to tell us about some exciting projects that's happening right here up underneath her watch. Tricia, welcome to the Cheryl Jackson Show.
Thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure having you here. Tell me first a little bit about Film Cloud. How did you come up with this concept?
As an independent filmmaker, I've been in the film industry now since 2007. One thing that all independent filmmakers share is the inability to get adequate distribution. So I took it upon myself to solve the problem.
It's awesome.
So I came up with Film Cloud. It's a platform strictly for multicultural independent filmmakers where we share profits. So the filmmakers will receive 60% of the profits from streams.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. And how has the reception been for what you've started?
I'm actually overwhelmed in submissions. While I was waiting in your waiting room, I was watching films.
Oh, wow.
So I'm watching films, sending back responses. My team, we're constantly busy. We're in meetings watching films, so we're busy.
That's phenomenal. Now, you shared with me that you're working on a new film. Yeah. Tell me about that. I'm so excited about this project, and I think it's well worth the wait for the time and the right person. But tell us about the new film that you're working on.
So I am working on the production of Black Wall Street.
Uh-oh, Black Wall Street.
And for those who are not aware of Black Wall Street is a very important part of American history. It was 1921. A small community in Tulsa, Oklahoma, self-sustained black community, and they were completely destroyed because of racism and jealousy. So this was like the Black Beverly Hills.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
They all had their own, their money just continuously circulated in their communities. They had their own transportation, education, air transportation, hospitals, movie theaters. So this town had everything, and then the outside communities used to come and borrow money from them. So you had white people in 1921 that were borrowing money from black people.
Hold on, would you repeat that and say it a little bit louder into your mic, just in case some people didn't hear you properly?
You had white people going to this town to borrow money from the black people.
Hence Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street.
Wow.
It was originally coined Negro Wall Street by Booker T. Washington. So I'm extremely excited about this film. I cannot wait because again, our society, everyone in the world, they need to know about this story.
It's about education. So
yes.
Who in Hollywood do you see being a part of this film?
Oh gosh. I don't want to say any names because I'm actually in the process of going after some of these really big names.
A-listers.
Yes.
But they are A-listers.
Yes,
and you
absolutely.
see, I want to bring people on my show that's not talking about it, but actually taking action. Do you have the funding for this film?
It pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
she
say
don't want
too
to tell
much.
us. Yo, she don't want to tell us, but I'm trying to get it out of her. But the excitement is that it's coming.
Yes.
And it's going to entertain, but it's going to also educate us on what happened in our past.
Absolutely. And we are welcoming newcomers.
Okay.
Like I want new actors, like new faces. So this is not just about A-listers.
Right.
There will be a few, a handful, but for the most part, this
Really?
is about
newcomers.
newcomers.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making
Because
sure.
we want the story to be about the story and not about the people that
That's
are
good.
portraying the characters.
Which is smart, which is smart. So before I let you go, you know this is Oscar week, and there has been such a buzz right now around surrounding the Oscars, with people saying they're going to boycott the Oscars because there's not enough African American people that has been nominated. Since you're in film, why don't you share what is your feelings regarding this?
I honestly have not watched the Oscars in years because
of this?
My face isn't up there, you know, and I have tons of other friends who look like me in the film industry, and I don't see their faces.
Okay.
I'm constantly surprised about the films that are selected. Like, where did they come from? Why is this story even selected? And I agree, but I could care less. Because I'm a firm believer
Stacey
that
dashing on me or what?
No, I'm a firm believer that, you know, why complain about it? Go create your own.
I love it.
Go create it. And if you're going to create your own, create a platform that you could share with other people. So.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Please put down how they can do submissions to Tricia one more time on the screen. This is Dr. Cheryl Jackson. I said we bring you the best, and we just brought it to you. We'll be back in just a moment with Cynthia Smoot. She's going to help us discover Dallas. Stick around.
Local TV stations have started running public service announcements that tell people where to find food banks, even as the food banks don't have enough to meet the demand. As we speak, similar scenes are playing out in cities and towns across America.
When we decided to bring back the show, we wanted to do a little bit more. We wanted to tell you more and keep you informed. And I was like, who is the perfect person that could tell us everything and anything that we wanted to know about Dallas? Oh my God. I found her, and she said yes. Introducing the one and only Miss Cynthia Smoot. Cynthia!
Hello.
I am so excited that you are here.
I am too. I love your energy.
Thank you. Tell my viewers a little bit about who you are.
Well, so in my day job, I am a publicist for Gangway Advertising, and so my job is to tell other people's stories. And so for fun, in 2008, I created a blog and started sharing stories about me and my family, and over time that has evolved into a lifestyle blog, which is really all about Dallas, and it's osocynthia.com. So I share with people my love for the city, and I know you have the same love, and it's, you know, I tell people where to go, what to do, who they should meet, what festivals to go to, restaurant openings, celebrity sightings, reality TV coverage. I mean, if it's happening in this city, I'm there, I know about it. I'm in the middle of it, and I can't wait to bring it to your readers.
And you do it. I've followed you for quite some time now, so that's why I was like, oh my God, if I can get her on the show, I've hit the jackpot. So I'm so thrilled that you're here. But tell me, are you excited about what's about to happen in Dallas? We've got the new reality show that's coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, Bravo has announced that Dallas will be the next Real Housewives franchise, so I am super excited about that. As a reality TV lover, it's like manna from heaven. So yeah, it's going to be super exciting. They have not announced the cast yet.
But I bet you kind of know some people, don't you?
Might know a little something.
I saw that your blog post had so many different readers because they're coming to you. They're trying to find out. I know Cynthia knows. When is she going to let the cat out the bag? When are you going to tell us?
As soon as Bravo gives the thumbs up and announces it, I will be doing the same.
Right. Some of them are your friends, maybe? I know who your friends are. I know who you. What else is happening in Dallas?
Oh my gosh, well that's the exciting thing, Cheryl, is as you know, there is so much going all the time. I mean, every week there are literally like 5 new restaurant openings, 3 new festivals happening. I mean, there's something all the time, and I think that's what's so great about the city is that regardless of, you know, your income, what you like to do, if you're a foodie, if you're a, you know, arts lover, there are things happening all the time, and there are tons of things that are free that you don't even have to spend a lot of money on. Yeah. Of course, there are those things too that you can spend a lot of money on.
Right, you've been both ways.
There's such a wide variety of options out there that's really why I love blogging.
Same
because
here.
I want to show people, you know, to get up off the couch, go, do, explore, meet. Like there's just so much happening.
So what are you doing this weekend?
Well, listen, there is a fantastic new exhibit at the Dallas Galleria. It's called Decadence, Fashions of the 1920s, and it was curated by Ken Weber, who owns Vintage Martini, which is an amazing vintage and consignment shop on Henderson Avenue. So, you know, with the success of shows like Downton Abbey and, of course, Great Gatsby, the 20s are roaring back into fashion.
That's awesome.
And so this is an incredible collection of fashions, jewelry, hats, shoes, all from the 1920s. They're even displayed on original 1920s mannequins. It is an incredible exhibit.
Did Holly do that? Holly, do you know Holly?
Holly Quatero, yes, she did. She was involved. And the North Texas curation of fashion was, I mean, there's so many amazing people that helped put this thing together, but it is beautiful and it's free. It's on the first floor of the Galleria on the north side down by Nordstrom. Fantastic. It's running through February the 28th, so I really encourage everybody to get out. It's a great reason to go
there.
As if you needed another reason to go to the Galleria, this is it.
Well, I told you, she's amazing and she's going to tell us everything that you need to know and what's happening in our city. So come join us every Saturday morning. Cynthia will be sitting right here with me, helping us to discover Dallas. Thank you, Cynthia.
You're welcome.
All right.
Local TV stations have started running public service announcements that tell people where to find food banks, even as the food banks don't have enough to meet the demand. As we speak, similar scenes are playing out in cities and towns across America.
If you know me, then you know that my heart is all about giving. And you know that my heart belongs to my charity that I created called Minnie's Food Pantry. And I am so excited because this show is giving us a platform to showcase not just the people that are on my staff, because they're pretty incredible. You're about to meet someone in just a moment, but also the companies that give back to the communities and make a statement that they care about not just the people they work for, but about people that are in the community. And so this segment is so special to me. Let me introduce to you, first of all, to my right, the Director of Operations for Minnie's Food Pantry, the one and only Miss Erica Simon. Welcome, Erica.
Hello, hello.
Yes,
glad to be here today.
I'm so excited that you're here. And then to my left, it's Mattress Firm and their employees. I have Miss PJ Walter and I have Tim May. Welcome to the Cheryl Jackson Show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Thank you so much for coming. So I'm going to let Erica just talk about what happens when she contacts a corporation. Erica, tell them how they can be a part of Minnie's first.
Well, first I congratulate them.
Yes.
Because they're making a great step to come out and help the community at Minnie's Food Pantry. And so when PJ contacted me, she wanted to know if there were some volunteer opportunities. And of course we had some volunteer opportunities. It was the first time that Mattress Firm came out and volunteered with us. So we really wanted to wow you guys. So anyone that comes out and volunteer at Minnie's Food Pantry is having a great experience.
Right, right.
So we connected, we set up some dates, and you guys arrived at the pantry, and you're going to get a chance to tell us how it was.
The magic happened. Really, the magic happened. I'll let PJ talk, but I just had to intersect because I don't have a lot of opportunities these days to come and volunteer as much with the corporations. So when I am there, I love being around people who have energy, who really, really come, not because they have to come, but because they want to come. And Mattress Firm, y'all came and represented. PJ, tell us about your experience.
Well, Mattress Firm really believes in our purpose, which is improving lives one relationship at a time. And in order to do that, you have to give back to the community. So we wanted to give back locally, and we found you on Google. Very excited. Saw lots of great reports on it, how fun it was and engaging, and how many millions of meals you had given back. Loved the complete meal aspect, which I thought was great. You know, anybody can do just packaged food, but giving back fresh fruits and vegetables as well as meats and everything like that. So when we came in, we were really excited to be able to get to meet you and all of your team. But what I loved the most was actually getting to meet the people we were serving. So often food banks, you go in and you'll sort food and you'll never get to see the end user, but we got to meet people and serve them coffee and really see the impact that our company could have on their lives.
And really, would you elaborate on some of the people that you were serving? Because these days, a lot of people think that it's the people on the streets that have the "We'll work for food" signs, but that wasn't the case, was it?
No, not at all. In fact, I was really upset to see the number of elderly that were there. That really touched my heart, and to hear about one individual that didn't have a ride to get there, so they decided to ask a cab driver if he would possibly give them a free ride there. He came, he went ahead and did it, and this guest was able to come in and get a complete meal for the whole family.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Tim, tell us about your experience.
It was amazing. Just the passion that y'all had. When I first got there, watching the video, just learning about Minnie's, it was remarkable just what y'all have done in the community. And one of the things that really struck me is you had said that Plano was an area that they said people didn't need food, and the amount of people that it came out in the Plano area is definitely touching, that you started and created something in that community that is so well needed. And then just the excitement that y'all had, and the music playing. There had music.
Did you dance?
There was dancing, there was singing, there was a lot going on. And you know, we were there for maybe 3 hours, but it felt like 30 minutes because we were constantly doing something but having fun, and y'all made it just enjoyable. So that's one of the things that really stood out to me.
Thank you. What would you say to a corporation that's on the fence, PJ, about coming and volunteering at Minnie's?
Well, I think we all have to have a responsibility to our community. So any business that's in the area really needs to come in and experience it. I was so excited by the enthusiasm that y'all had, especially the impact that you're making, and it was phenomenal. And there's no end to the work. She will keep you busy, I promise. Okay, we were done with organizing cans, and I love the integrity your organization had by making sure that the cans weren't expired and that people are getting good food. Yeah. But then from there, she said, okay, you got another hour, let's go ahead and put together packages for all the families coming in for tomorrow. So you kept us busy, and we absolutely loved it.
Fantastic, fantastic. This is Dr. Cheryl Action Jackson. Yes. You know what? When I get a mattress, I'm going to Mattress Firm, and I know I'll sleep well because those people care about you and care about our communities. We'll be back in just a moment with my staff of Minnie's Food Pantry. You want to meet them. I'll be back in just a moment.
Local TV stations have started running public service announcements that tell people where to find food banks, even as the food banks don't have enough to meet the demand. As we speak, similar scenes are playing out in cities and towns across America.
I have been having a blast in the studios, and I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this segment. You get your coffee and then just sit down, because I'm about to introduce you to some of the most important people in my life. They are my staff. They are the team that runs Minnie's Food Pantry. They're the team that keeps me going. In this show, I'm going to introduce them to you collectively, but in my next show, I want you to get to know them personally. So sit back and let me introduce you to some pretty phenomenal people. To my right is my Director of Operations. This is Erica Simon. Erica Simon has been with us since day one of Minnie's Food Pantry. She's the Director of Operations. To my left here, introduce yourselves. How about that? What is your name, young lady?
Zoya Jackson.
Zoya Jackson. And to the left of Zoya?
Robert Jackson. I'll go by RJ.
RJ. And these are the people who, when I wanted and had a desire to feed the hungry and didn't really know what I was doing, it's just a grassroots organization, 2 cans of corn and a whisper from God saying, feed the people. These are the people that made it happen. Zoya came in a little bit later, but it's so important. Thank God. It is so important to surround yourself by people who believe in your dreams. And so I want to talk about that for a moment. I want to talk about people who believe in your dreams, people who take action. And these 2 people, they took action when I said I wanted to feed the hungry. Erica, why did you do it?
I've worked with Cheryl before at our church on different public relation events or whatever, and I just love her enthusiasm. Literally. You could probably feel her energy through the TV right now. And whenever she said that she wanted to feed people in Plano, I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. You know, we're gonna have this little storefront or whatever and give out food every now and then. And I had some different things that happened in my life, some personal things that happened. I wanted to make a life change as well. And so when I resigned from my corporate job and came to Cheryl's office, really a makeshift office, I was like, hey, I got a new job. And she was like, oh, that's nice. Where are you going now? You know, and I was like, well, I'm here. She was like,
I was. It was crazy, and the reason why it was crazy because knew I wasn't paying myself, and here you are, Miss Corporate America, 400 employees up underneath you, and I'm thinking to myself, why would this woman come, quit her job, you know? And that's what friendship I know is about. But I knew that I couldn't pay you, so for you to believe in the dream just was beyond me.
I believed in you, and in everything that you did. It was successful.
Thank
so
you.
I just knew that, okay, let's see what happens to this. At first, it wasn't look like success was anywhere near. But, I mean, as we continued to persevere, and then when Robert joined the team, it was like, okay, kind of eased up a lot of things.
It did.
It was really fun. And, I mean, I just look back some days and be like, wow.
We did it. We've done it.
We've done it. And we've not only had a great relationship amongst ourselves, but we created that with other people as well. They came to our food pantry. They seen how we interacted with each other. And it was like, wow, they're really nice people still, you know, on this earth here to help us. And that's what we've done.
Absolutely.
From day one.
From day one. And talking about day one, I love the wide shot. Talking about day one with RJ, we had some kind of food and we didn't know who we were going to serve, and so somebody had to go find a family, and granted we were by an apartment complex that had a lot of people that was hungry, but none of us really.
Yeah, we were in the office like trying to figure out how to do it, and RJ just like made it happen like in a second.
Yeah, it's when I was first approached, or when you first contacted myself and Erica about the opportunity to help other people, it sounded great, but there was really no plan or any structure in place, and so we were all really taking a leap of faith and going back to the relationships in place. You know, you're my mother, and so you have that one dynamic, and then us not being able to get the assistance that we desperately needed when my mother and my father got married out of high school, wanting to not make that true for any other family, wanting to provide a basic necessities such as food. It doesn't matter where you come from, everybody needs a meal and deserves a meal, and so to be able to even have the opportunity to provide that for somebody was awesome. And so watching your example and other people's example of just taking action and applying faith to whatever it is that you really believe in. And so the first people that we fed were actually Hispanic, and I spoke Spanish to them. I took 2 years of Spanish in high school, but I did not know that it would come into use for what we're doing now. And so they were actually coming over from the grocery store, and I asked them in Spanish to the best of my ability whether or not they were hungry, and they said, yeah. And then I said, okay, well, follow me. And that's when I came back to the office and had to translate the forms into Spanish, but we started right there. If you can't feed 100 people, feed just one, and that's when everything really began. And so,
And now we've provided over 3 million meals to our community. I mean, you know, this is what, if you're in bed, because this show is showing on early, so if you're in bed, this is what I want you to think about. What are you supposed to be doing with your life? What passion? Because out of the pain that I had, that I personally had, that's where my passion came from. And then I surrounded myself by friends and by family who believed in my dreams. And that's what I want to make sure. I want you to think about that. Who's in your circle? What are they doing to help you get to the level in which you know that you were called to be? And if you realize that they're not doing it, then I say that it's time to change circles. You can keep some of the people, but you need to make sure you're making some adjustments for your life so that your future is what it's supposed to be. And I'm so thrilled because the people that are around me, I'm bringing in my next guest, Zoya, who doesn't talk very much, but she does an awful lot. So we get to going, and we're going and going and going, but somebody has to kind of keep us under control and make sure that we're all on the right path. And here's my beautiful Zoya. Zoya, tell us about how you feel about being at Minnie's.
Oh my goodness. I don't know where to start. Like Erica was saying, when I first came on almost 5 years ago, it was Robert, myself, and Cheryl sharing this one itty-bitty office.
3 people!
3 people in one small office. And so when you look at it now, we all have our own offices, and not just that, it's going from a pantry that's 3,000 square feet to a facility that's almost 11,000 square feet. And you see the same clients that you served 4 or 5 years ago, they're now coming in and volunteering and donating on a regular basis. So it's incredible to not just watch the organization grow, but the people that are involved in it, they grow as well, and they stick around. So that's part of what I love about Minnie.
But tell me your immediate thoughts, though. You just said we're all three, because people, when they see Minnie's and they see other organizations, and you see something really, really big, and you want to be a part of something that's huge, but it started small, and that's the key in life. Sometimes you got to start small. It was me, you, and how was Eric in her own office?
I don't know, but it was like that. I remember that. Like
all three
you,
of us shared
Robert,
an
and
office.
Zoya
I'm sure
shared
she
a
was
desk.
jealous.
Yeah,
I don't want
there
to
was
be in
left out,
there too.
but-
Yeah, there was a lot of camaraderie, but yes, we all shared an office because we were in the mode of whatever means necessary, whatever it took for us to make Minnie's Food Pantry successful. That's what we wanted to do, and then we created a platform and a space and a place where when people needed food, they didn't have to feel bad about coming. And why don't you share? You've seen a story? Why don't you share one of your favorite stories at Minnie's?
Oh Lord, I don't even know where to start.
There's a lot.
The bike, the birthday boy.
Oh, the birthday bag.
The birthday boy with the
bike.
Oh my goodness, one day. So Eric and I were working the pantry. I think you were out of town this weekend. But we were working the pantry, and there's this family that comes in, and it's the grandparents, and they have two little grandkids. And what happened is their parents left the boys with the grandkids with the grandparents, and we don't know, I mean, I'm not sure where the mom went, but she never returned. So the grandparents would come into the pantry to receive food assistance. And it was the little boy's birthday, and he was, I think, 5. He was turning 5, and we happened to have a bike that was donated by Walmart. And so Eric and I were like, let's make this birthday special, and we gave him this little Spider-Man bike. And his older brother, I think he was like 8 or so, but the little boy was so excited, but the older brother, he was a little upset. I think that he missed out on receiving a bike for his birthday, but we definitely made it up to him as well.
Yeah,
so.
he came back.
There's a lot of special moments like that we definitely are going to be sharing at Minnie's Food Pantry. Not moments, stories, families, and not just sharing them, but you know what? I want to show you the face of hunger. As we start doing these shows, I want you to reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook if you're my friend, CherylActionJackson.com, on Facebook as well, Cheryl Action Jackson on Facebook, and on Twitter, it's Cheryl Action. But the 30 minutes that you spend with us, I want them to be something that you go away telling your friends about it, saying you start your Saturday mornings with a great group of people who are making a difference in the world. You started with my friend Cynthia Smoot, who will tell you where you need to be in the city of Dallas, and then we'll bring on special guests. I've been talking to some pretty incredible people in Dallas, because I have some friends in some high places, low places, and even in between that say they want to be a part of the show and they want to use their platform and use their voice right here on the Cheryl Action Jackson Show to tell you what they're doing and to also really, really motivate you to get up out of bed if you haven't got up already and do something to make a difference. It's Saturday morning. You started your day off with the Cheryl Action Jackson Show, and I'm going to tell you, lights, camera, now it's time. Take action. Join me next Saturday, same time, same place, and we'll be back again. And thank you so much. To RJ, you have a good time?
Had a great
to Zoya,
time.
who's always camera shy, but she came on
Yes, did a
anyways.
great time.
And to my director of
Yes.
operations, Erica Simon,
Had
thank
a
you.
great
This is
time.
my team.
Thank
This
you.
is Team Minnie's Food Pantry. They've joined us. They'll be here every single week. One of them will be telling you a special story. So please join us. This is Cheryl Action Jackson, Dr. Cheryl Action Jackson, saying join me next Saturday. You're watching the Cheryl Action Jackson Show. Thank you so much.
See, I wouldn't change